2021 couldn't have closed any better for the Dubs, but the beginning of the new year in Utah, and then now the Heat inside Chase Center. And yeah, Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry are making their way down to the court. For Steph, you got Kyle Lowry and Spoelstra and a great Miami kind of defensive scheme. But our Taco Bell take, how the Warriors have managed guys in and out of the deal. You had that great starting lineup for the first 27 games. How about being 6-2 in the last 8 when you're jumbling things up?
I think that's when you have to talk about the Warriors' depth and how it's been a huge asset. Multiple guys are able to step in and play well. And you think about this Heat team, they're no joke. And they've been playing well lately. They're coming off a loss. And this is the second game of a back-to-back for them. So they're super hungry. You think about tempo with this team. You got to dictate the tempo. Stay away from the turnover because the Heat will make you turn the ball over. And then you're going to have to be creative to score in the paint against this team, because even though they're last when it comes to shot blocking, they keep teams out of the paint.
The Warriors won the tap. Draymond did well not to lose the ball. The starting lineups: Stephen Curry with GP2, Wiggins, Looney, and Draymond Green is back. Wiggins around the Looney screen. Shot clock at 5. And Kevon rolling, and that actually went through the bucket, back out. That's offensive basket interference. It's got to go through the ring and the net to be a basket.
That was well executed. Yurtseven just stayed with the ball handler, Andrew Wiggins, and he made the right decision, just couldn't finish.
11 years an assistant, 14 years as a head coach. Erik Spoelstra has had an excellent career for 25 seasons. Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Omer Yurtseven, along with Caleb Martin for Miami. Lowry missing short. Looney couldn't collect it. And Martin, first year he's ever played without his brother. We see Cody a lot when the Warriors dealt with Charlotte, but Caleb Martin has been awfully good with Zach Zarba, Nick Bookert, and Scott Twardowski blowing the whistles tonight.
One thing about Martin that I love, he moves well without the ball.
Draymond saved the turnover there. Steph Curry for 3 off front iron. So Jimmy Butler, you said it. Let me just ease into the front court. Let's run the half-court set. Let's not be in a hurry.
Takes his time. A lot of ISOs. Draymond knows. Here we go. He loves to face up, too. Especially in that area.
They don't want to foul Lowry and Butler. That's kind of the key. Yurtseven had a double-double against Sacramento. He has been an undrafted, shockingly good rookie.
He looks super polished. His footwork around the rim, his touch around the basket.
Wiggins. Now, I'm going to ruin the graphic we'll show later. But since December 1st, who do you think the best three-point shooter in the NBA is?
Andrew Wiggins.
It is Andrew Wiggins.
He's been a groove.
Tyler Hero, GP2 picked his pocket. Gary Payton pushing. Steph running with him. Wiggins loves the corner. Another 3, and he got it.
Dribble around GP2 at your own risk. He has shown that time and time again.
When Hero has big games, Miami doesn't lose. They played 19 games without Bam Adebayo, and it's a credit to the Heat that they have the record that they do with 23 wins. Jimmy Butler, and Steph reached, and Butler is fouled.
Well, that's the thing about Jimmy Butler. His last 2 games, he's 20 for 20 from the free throw line, and he's already third in the league when it comes to free throw attempts. There's GP2 picking Tyler Hero's pocket. He's going to learn. And then the decision making. This is why you love getting out of the break in transition. So many decision makers on this team, and Steph Curry is obviously one of them. And then you get Andrew Wiggins in the corner in his wheelhouse. You know what it is.
All right, they're tending to Yurtseven with a little cut up in his eye. I want to ask you something about Wiggins' 2 threes. We talk about 23-9 versus 22 feet in the corner.
Oof.
You were a 40% three-point shooter. What? Tell people, I mean, 22 feet to 23-9, is it that different? Does it feel that different?
It's a different shot. You feel like you have to get your legs into it more above the break because it's further away, like you're saying. And then the depth perception is a little different from the corners.
Because you got no backboard there.
Yeah. You got to get used to that.
So Yurtseven's going to need a cut man. So that, yeah, he's got a lot of blood going there with that cut.
Well, they'd love to get him back in the game fast because he's been playing so well.
He had 22 and 16 last night. So Chris Silva, who was involved in the Nemanja Bjelica trade from Sacramento to Miami a year ago, Silva will check in.
You got to watch Silva on the offensive boards. His last couple of games, he's gotten a lot of offensive rebounds. But Yurtseven, he was a long shot till he played in Summer League, and he had 2 really nice games, scored 27 and 25 points, I believe, got a ton of rebounds. And he's played in, I think, 28 games or around there. In the last 4 he's started, and he's been averaging a double-double. And it just, he looks like a really polished NBA big. He's 7 foot.
So when you get Adebayo back, and then you have Yurtseven behind him. But Jimmy Butler, 5 times all-defense, 5-time all-star. And he is just a competitor. I don't care whether it was Minnesota or Philly or Miami. I mean, Jimmy Butler, you better be ready to compete against him.
Well, I just thought that he's a physical player. He wasn't one of the guys that was really affected by the rule changes when it comes to fouls, because he's not really trying to game the system. Like, he's physical, he initiates contact. He's not trying to trick the refs, so he was still up there when it comes to free throw attempts.
Wiggins with a good defender in Lowry, and Andrew Wiggins will get the contact and get to the line.
It's so good because that cross-screen play is one that they've worked on for a while here now, and Andrew Wiggins is getting really comfortable with it, getting him in the post. And that time he had a small defender in Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry doesn't like the call, but he's just trying to use his size against him, does so successfully to get to the free throw line.
So Wiggins, who's getting some all-star conversation, which I love, totally deserved. Kane Brown coming to San Francisco. Don't miss the Blessed and Free Tour at Chase Center on Sunday. And so Chase Rice and Restless Road will be the special guest. But for Wiggins, the defense, he got some all-defense votes last year. The defense is excellent. The offense is just a career best again from the field and on the three-point line. He's getting better and better.
You could just tell he's getting more and more comfortable. Like, he's picking his spots really well.
Caleb Martin and Lowry are going to have a foul there as the ball was knocked out of bounds. But the contact created that. So for Steph, that's 2. We've talked all season. This has been Steph's best defensive season, and he hasn't really reached very much at all.
Well, Jordan Poole has to come in the game here. It just, that's a cheap one. You just get him on the arm there. It's an inconsequential play.
So Steph's got to sit with 2 fouls. Jordan hasn't started the last couple. Conditioning coming back from health and safety protocols, but also they might have a starting off guard, you know, in the not too distant future.
Get him used to coming off the bench and having that spark.
Silva rolling. Draymond was there. Martin will rise. The rebound. Wiggins working the glass.
See how he batted it to himself perfectly to keep Silva away from it?
So what will Jordan's mindset be coming off the bench?
Well, he's going to have to be an offense generator. It's not just looking for his own offense. It's creating for others off of pick and rolls. So he's going to get his rhythm back for sure.
This is a huge cover for him, though, dealing with Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry missed that 3, and Looney with the rebound.
They're one of the better three-point shooting teams, too.
Miami just does a lot of things well. I mean, Chris Mullin talked about on Warrior pregame live. It's their culture. They're a winning organization. They really always have been, basically. Jordan Poole just dropping in that 3.
The movement was so good there. You're making the defense work too hard.
Warriors better than 50% on 3s against Utah. And when they shoot like that, you're not beating the Dubs. I don't care how well you play. Lowry, but back to Silva right down the lane.
Looney just stayed with the ball handler a little longer. Silva was able to get behind him. The weak side was a little late.
Kyle Lowry's been doing that for 16 years, whether Memphis or Houston or Toronto, and now here in Miami. He's just a winner.
Here's the cross screen again.
Wiggins, good catch and finish. He met the ball and then was able to vice-like grip it and finish.
They threw it to him early there because that was the best chance for him to have an advantage.
Same play with Lowry. This time Looney dropped. Looney gets Hero on a switch. Draymond will take him there, and Hero still finishes. How good was that?
He's gotten so much better year after year. He's improved his scoring again.
And he's averaging nearly 21 a game. Jordan Poole made 1-3. How about another?
It's a Draymond Green screen. Just put his man in jail. They tried to switch out, but it was too late.
Warriors have opened 5 of 7. Miami 3 of 7. Lowry setting up here. Good closeout by GP2. Big rebound battle. Draymond just knocked it into the fray, but Looney couldn't collect it.
Draymond wanted a foul.
So Jordan Poole in year 3 has just gotten better and better. He may have a bit of a new role coming up in the next couple weeks, but scoring is always going to be part of his game. Warriors off to a nice beginning. The fouls on Steph Curry notwithstanding, as Ron Adams telling him to keep up the Tour de France. But Andrew Wiggins, our Kia player profile, the way he has played, you just come to appreciate, right? But the best three-point shooter in the entire NBA since December 1st? It ain't close, by the way.
It's impressive. And you think about the start the Warriors have gotten off to this game. There's a big reason why he's already got the 10 points. But listen, as explosive and quick as he is, shooting the way he is, man, if you're a defender having to guard him, you got your work cut out for you.
I think people forget, okay, he's still 26. He'll be 27 in February. But he won the Rookie of the Year, okay? He's come with the Warriors and developed a whole defensive mindset. And then his offensive skills have just blossomed as well.
Well, the thing about guarding him is if I'm wanting to guard Wiggins, maybe a couple years ago, I say, I'm going to gap him and give him the shot.
Right.
But now I got to get closer to him.
Butler missing from the baseline. Looney with the rebound. So Kyle Guy is checked in. He was with the Warriors in a little summer league and training camp. GP2. If you miss Gary Payton, where will you find him?
At the basket, around the basket. He set a screen there and then got a back screen. That was so well executed.
Trying to get these mid-range Butler shots, but Draymond was there. Silva doing a good job on the glass.
Told you, those offensive rebounds.
You don't get a lot of up and down against Miami. They don't want that on you. Jordan Poole had made 2 threes. That one better contested. And Butler with a rebound in motion. So Wiggins had Lowry the last trip's got Butler this trip. It's a moving screen on Silva. And screens, Kalena, why are they so important to get shooters open?
Well, this is your early offense split action, but the fact that they did it early offense and threw it, it's a freezer right here. You got the little screen happening right here, and they're gonna have to switch out. And the fact that they did an early offense and didn't kind of wait, dribble it down,
yep,
that really gives defenses problems.
That's why some early shots are better than end of shot clock.
Exactly.
Otto Porter Jr. You know you don't want to deal with him on holidays because Christmas and New Year's Day, he was spectacular. But Otto Porter Jr. has fit in so beautifully. The Warriors are 5 of 8 on threes that have built the double-digit lead. Hard Street with Coit Tower and the bridge in the background. My goodness,
it's pretty dope.
The city by the bay is fantastic. And they have the best basketball team in the world with the Warriors leading by 11. Our Coors Light beating the pressure. It's one thing to win games, Kay. These are the best teams in the NBA, right? Look at the Warrior record against the elite teams, and Miami's in there, by the way, playing them tonight for the first time.
The Warriors are a competitive group, and they get up to play those games. They want to show the rest of the league how good they are. They don't want to just have a good record against the subpar teams.
They count the same, but these are measuring stick games against the top 8 in the league.
Exactly. And maybe get a little mental edge if you believe in that. Carry over to the playoffs when you're going up against teams you know are going to be there.
It's good to see P.J. Tucker back. He had been in health and safety protocols. We're going to talk about a guy who can defend, play tough D, hit corner threes. And he's a guy anyone would want on their team. And Damian Lee's first playing time, which is good to see D. Lee back. Well, Butler, the distributor. Lowry shot that from Fremont and hit that three. Kyle Lowry was out by the E and Chase Center there.
Well, they're not going to keep missing threes, especially good looks like that. That's one thing Jimmy Butler's been doing really well, too, is facilitating out of the post.
Yeah, he's a Draymond small forward type. Because he'll create and run things. Wiggins with a shot clock at 7, and you just saw two good defenders, P.J. Tucker and Butler, blow that up.
The spacing wasn't great there, but watch Jimmy Butler. It looked like he was looking to pass this whole time, and once he sees the help come, you see Kyle Guy, kind of like the Warriors do, the guards will set screens and keep guys from closing out to shooters too.
But I was thinking a Wheel of Fortune. Chase Center's got a bunch of E's in there, so he could have shot from any of them. That's how far out he was.
This is true.
I tell you, Silva's been effective. He's running the floor, hands ready, gets to the line again.
Well, the league, every team is just trying to make it easier on their bigs. They're just saying, hey, roll to the basket, run the floor in transition, early offense. We'll try to get you the ball, and you power up with it.
Yeah, 4 years at South Carolina, undrafted. Mentioned he was in the Bielitsa transaction from Sacramento to Miami a year ago.
He's reasonably athletic.
Sort of a large game for the Niners as they played the Rams week 18. And you got to check it out with Joe Staley and the gang on 49er pregame live. That's on NBC Sports Bay Area. Niners win and they're in. They lose and then it's like, what did the Saints do? And I'll just win and take care of everything.
That's big. It's interesting with Silva. The first free throw, he didn't follow through at all. He just kind of quick shot it, pulled it back. The second one, he went ahead and followed through. So two totally different free throws.
If you're just tuning in, Steph Curry picked up 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes and has had to sit. The Warriors' half-court execution has been excellent. They have 7 assists and their 7 made field goals. But it's a testament to Miami that they're just kind of hanging in there. Heroes trying to get going here. P.J. Tucker, Otto Porter's read the scouting report. You want Tucker to put the ball on the deck. And he just didn't finish there. Don't give him the corner 3. And Jordan Poole, that'll be a goaltend. You said at the pregame show, and it just happened. Watch Draymond push the tempo on these guys.
He knows how to do it, and he knows the games he needs to focus on that more and be more intentional about it. But that was definitely a goaltend, but it started with the defense. You get that stop, you know your personnel with Tucker, you're able to force a miss, get out and run.
Hero and Kyle Guy up top. They got Tucker and Butler in the corners. Hero launching. And Wiggins with a rebound.
It's not going to be easy to score against Draymond. He's saying, come at me, bro.
Draymond's conditioning looks good.
He does.
Coming back. Draymond with the post up. Setting up Poole, corner 3.
I love that so much for Draymond because he had the small defender Hero on him. He's going to put him in the basket, but as soon as that defender came over off the corner, he knows where to go with it.
So Jordan's got 11 off the bench after Steph got in foul trouble. Draymond with the steal. 2-on-1. Wiggins caught it and finished.
I think they're happy to have Draymond back.
Oh, man.
Doing work right now on both sides.
Yeah, Quinn Snyder say Draymond Green should be in the MVP conversation because he affects the game so much on both ends.
That's respect.
That's a big shot there by Kyle Guy, and not easy.
He's been playing well for them lately.
You've seen him on big stages before. With Virginia, the NCAA tournament.
He's never scared.
Oh, Poole. That would have been amazing. A nice tornado into the shot move.
You want to talk about counter moves.
Whoop. Coming upon 2.5 remaining in the first quarter. Butler. And a blocking foul on Draymond.
Draymond hates that one. We got to look at this 3 in the corner. You see Kyle Guy come down off of Jordan Poole from the corner. And look at Klay Thompson. Klay loves it. He's ramping back up. Push it up the floor, man. Got to get out and run. Any opportunity you have to run against this Heat team, you got to take it. And Poole is like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
You know what? That's nice to see Michigan State and Michigan finally coming together.
That's true.
You know, college football season's over. But let's be friends.
Yeah.
Now, I think the history, when Draymond Green noticed the work ethic of Jordan Poole.
Oh, absolutely.
That he was the first vet to say, you know what? This young kid is putting it in the work. And when a leader affirms that, as a young guy, you're like, hey, I know it's in an empty gym and stuff, but people are noticing, and the right people are noticing.
Jordan Poole is basically winning that little key card contest.
That's it.
Get in the gym the most. Draymond respects it.
Draymond. Instant replay. corner three, but Porter pulled it a little short.
But they're getting the ball to Draymond in the post, and he's getting a lot of respect from the Heat because they're collapsing on him. He's able to make plays.
They're not giving the hero any airspace. I like that Kuminga, who's getting his first playing time, was right in his jersey on the catch. That's off of P.J. Tucker. And Butler, little miscommunication.
P.J. Tucker flashed into the middle, and Jimmy Butler thought he wanted it. He just wasn't even looking at the ball.
Eric Spoelstra's got that look like the Warriors are shooting 59%, and they just subbed in Steph Curry? That ain't right.
And the Warriors have scored 8 points off of the Heat's turnovers, the 4 of them.
Bjelica and Curry in now. You know, Steph is well rested after the 2 quick fouls. Bjelica, nice give and go there.
They're executing so well right now.
Caleb Martin with the crossover. P.J. Tucker will set up Guy again. And so for Kyle Guy, if you're going to stay in the league, you know, you get an opportunity right now. He's got to bang those shots down, and he is.
They playing well together. P.J. Tucker the handoff, but then he set the screen to make sure the guy closing out couldn't get there. They're just split action again.
Steph Curry. He set his feet there and shot it a little long. Nice steal by Kuminga. Push ahead Jordan Poole. Catch, finish, and foul! What a play!
But the presence of mind to catch it and then know where that defender is and make sure you kind of shield the ball with your body and initiate that contact, jump back into him. Watch him find Tyler Hero real quick. And he wasn't surprised by that contact. He initiated, he jumped back into him. You love that reaction from him, too. That's power. Remember when he first got in the league, we were talking about him being able to finish through contact, not avoiding contact?
Think about Jordan, the 28th pick in the draft, and he's only 22 years of age. And the growth now in year 3. When Klay Thompson comes back, he'll start. Jordan will be the first sub for him. Jordan and Andre will run that second unit. Then how are you going to deal with Wiggins when you've got Steph and Klay? I mean, the possibilities for the Dubs are super fun as Guy misses that 3. Kuminga could go 2 for 1 here. He wanted Bjelica on the post-up, but Kyle Lowry fronted him nicely. Steph's got another good look.
It's a moving screen.
Yes, it is. That will be the call and negate the shot.
That's a good call. Otto Porter was doing a little too much there. He kept moving to his right to try to screen Steph's defender.
He's also having a good conversation with Zach Zarba because 19 years in the league. Zach does the finals every year. I mean, he knows.
Yeah, he's basically just doing a slide drill there instead of just staying stationary. But I love his mentality. Trying to get Steph open.
Zach's done 117 playoff games. You can't get a better crew chief. He and Scott Foster, elite. Martin created a little space. That's a tough finish. So shot clock off. Warriors have played a nearly perfect 12 minutes. The credit to the Heat, it's only an 8-point game. P.J. Tucker out on Steph. He doesn't need any help right now. DP2 was going to set a screen. Jordan Poole down to 3. He's got to create for himself. Kyle Lowry knew that. Poole got it back. A 3. It's an air ball to end it. Kyle Lowry, he knew the clock and the situation and came up with the stop. The Warriors shoot it 57%, make 6 threes, and build the 8-point lead after the first 12 minutes. Klay Thompson scrimmage with the Santa Cruz Warriors. We've seen him practice with the Golden State Warriors. We've seen him shoot in empty gyms. Tonight, we saw him pregame in front of fans for the first time, and I think it's just another sign that he is ramping up for his return.
He can't wait to get back out there. He's giddy. He's moving really well. And one thing I think about when he gets back, the rotations, what they're going to be like, because there's so many guys that have played well this season and are playing well right now that may have their minutes diminished a little bit, but the good thing about this team is guys understand that, and it's just about staying ready when your number is called.
Oh, what a play by Otto Porter. Beautiful steal. Yeah, the Warriors go on the road, Dallas and New Orleans. They play Cleveland home on Sunday, then would go on a lengthy road trip, would not be home again until the 18th. And Bob Myers, Steve Kerr, Klay Thompson have all said his return will be a home game. So you got to think it is coming shortly. The Elites and Steph, a little two-man game. Kuminga in there for the rebound, but Tucker pulls. And you've got a foul in the backcourt, and Kyle Lowry's not feeling it.
I like that because Kuminga wasn't doing anything. He was just running back. And it's one of those excuse me type of fouls where you could tell Kyle Lowry was trying to get a cheap one. I watch him just kind of stop in front of Kuminga. Kuminga did kind of wrap his arm around him first, but the first issue was what Kyle Lowry did.
Kyle Lowry, 16 years in the league. Eric Spoelstra, 25 seasons with the Heat. Learned from the master and Pat Riley, and Spoelstra's got 3 titles of his own.
Well, Kyle Lowry's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeves, but that one didn't work.
Porter rebounded the Peyton miss. GP2 sent away, but Bjelica cleans it up. This is where the depth could wear Miami down. They have so many guys out as Porter has another steal.
They are locked in defensively, the Warriors are right now.
Oh, Kuminga. Beautifully done.
So that's what Don Nelson used to say. Kind of make them think you're being guarded really well, let him push you up, and then spin back off of him, and then you got all kinds of space to go back door, and him and Steph were on the same page.
So not only the clever finish, but then he started on the ball pressure on Lowry for the 19-year-old. Kuminga, it's a nice sequence. Lowry, that is so clever.
And he's upset, too. You can tell he's still mad. Look how fast he got up and he's walking. Giving everybody fives, hurting people's hands while he gives them fives. He was going to go at Bjelica there. And the way he kind of stopped and knew that Bjelica's momentum would just make him run into him. Smart.
He had 14 points, 12 assists against Sac. When you're the 24th pick in 2008 and you're still playing 16 years later, man, it's kind of amazing.
He's still talking to the official.
So Yurtseven is back in after having that cut tended to.
The Heat are happy to see that.
Yeah, they played with the Turkish national team after going undrafted out of Georgetown. Bjelica, wide open early 3, why not?
So I think Yurtseven, as soon as he got in, he was a little discombobulated there because Bjelica is probably the guy he's supposed to be guarding, and they just kind of fell asleep.
53% on threes against Utah. 7 of 15 from distance so far, and up a dozen.
Some people let the joy of what's to come kind of help them through the monotony and the redundance of going through your rehab workouts and everything you got to go through to come back from injury like you're having. So are you one of those people that kind of, let me put my head down, I'll worry about that night when it gets here, pedal to the metal, get the work done?
No, I like to think about that moment.
Yeah.
Because I just miss the game a lot, so.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm going to probably shed a tear. I'm going to shed a tear. I'm going to be emotional, just knowing what you've been through, how much you love the game.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about it on the air.
Yeah.
It's going to be a glorious night, man.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
It'll be a lot of fun, man. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It's been a long couple of years, so it'll be well worth the wait when I do step on the floor, and I will be playing, back to my normal self as hard as I can.
Now we're going to have a problem because if you're tearing up and I'm tearing up, then who the hell's going to talk when Klay comes back? It's going to be a problem.
I'll try not to shed a tear then. I just love that he's been warming up in full uniform sometimes, just getting used to it.
Now it's Klay Thompson coming back is going to infuse an energy to what has been an incredible season already. Martin for 3. Kuminga trying to scrap in there for the rebound. You see Lowry, who's always been a good rebounder for his size. Now pump fakes still work. Kyle Lowry. Now, that foul got him a little fired up. You can tell. You can see the competitiveness right now. Like, all right, the Warriors are playing great, but we're the Heat. And I'm a champion. Good defense by Yurtseven there on Kuminga.
He's got his Turbo Nitro boosters switched on.
Hero with good look. So you've shot it at 53%. You've had 14 assists, only 2 turnovers. You're playing great. The lead's at 7. And Steph leaves it at 7, just off iron there.
I was going to say guarding the 3-ball is going to be important because the Warriors got a little bit of a lead here. And this is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. And the way they screen for each other and get each other open is really good.
And Yurtseven, now he's holding on to his calf. He's kind of struggling getting back on defense.
Definitely came down funny.
Your 13-point lead is down to 5. Curry missed the layup inside. So Steph has yet to score. Had the early foul trouble. 0 for 4. Hero trying to take over. Warriors need a good one here. And Otto Porter Jr. rimming that out. Yurtseven with a rebound. You're Erik Spoelstra, back end of a back-to-back on the road is exactly what you want. Hang in the game. Kuminga did well not to foul guy there. Don't bail him out. Push ahead GP2. Curry. You can't buy one. And that long missed 3 ends up being a layup on the other end. And so Steve Kerr's got to use a timeout with a 9-0 Miami run. So Steph has been bottled up. The Warriors were cruising and executing so perfectly. But when you miss a 3, you can't give up the throw-ahead transition layup. Steve Kerr stopped it right away. So the Heat have reeled off 9 unanswered, and Erik Spoelstra always has a quality team. With our Geico stats made easy, for bundling made easy, go to geico.com. I love this. If you've coached for an entire team over 1,000 games, check it out. Only 3 guys in NBA history pop the Godfather Al Attles and Erik Spoelstra. That's fantastic.
You're doing something right. Erik Spoelstra started as a video coordinator, and he's gained his players' respect, and their culture is just palpable. It's a winning culture. It's a competitive culture. They work super hard. Andre Iguodala talks about their culture and has a lot of respect for it.
Now, Steve Kerr added Monty Williams and Erik Spoelstra and Mark Few to the Olympic staff.
So that's an elite coaching staff there.
I mean, it just shows you how much Steve really respects those other gentlemen. There's so many good coaches really in this game. Steph Curry, his first field goal. On the ATO there, I think Steve Kerr was like, let's get Steph going, and he can just keep extending that record with 159 straight games with a 3 made.
They always execute so well after those timeouts. It was a back screen he set that kind of set up his defender, and then he got a screen to come out, got a little separation off of that.
So Wiggins and Draymond Looney, Steph and GP2, the starters are all back in. Lowry has stepped back 3. And here come the Heat. It started when Lowry got that foul, and he just said, that's enough. After being down 13, Miami right back in the game. Good screen by GP2. Curry off back iron. And Yurtseven with the rebound. The tempo is the Heat's. The execution in the second quarter has been all Miami. Martin, corner 3, and we have a tie ball game.
They have a lot of momentum right now. That was a pretty good defensive possession where Gary Payton II had to fight over Yurtseven, but they got another foul here.
This will be on Looney on a moving screen. That's why we highlighted the top of the telecast. When you've got a backcourt like Lowry and Butler, you're going to be in the game.
Absolutely.
They're going to handle the ball. They're going to make decisions. They're going to set up teammates, and they're going to grind defensively, and that's what they've done.
They're playing with a sense of urgency right now, so you have to match that intensity if you're the Warriors.
Butler on GP2. Butler looking to pass it out to Hero. Shot clock down to 3. Butler doesn't like to shoot threes. Martin made one corner three, and now a wing three, and the Heat's first lead of the game.
They're just going drawn kicks, and they're getting into the paint. The Warriors are collapsing. They're having a tough time recovering to the shooters. We talked about this team and their three-point shooting. They're lethal out there.
Two screens for Steph, and he cashes in the jumper. First Draymond, then Looney, and Steph not going to miss that one.
They would love Steph to come on strong.
Lowry rattling that out. Wiggins couldn't grab the rebound, and Martin does. Lowry eases into a three. These rebounds, the Warriors are not securing them. Hero with Draymond pushing. Steph down the lane, took the bump, put it in. That's a perfect no call, by the way, too.
Talk about finishing through contact.
And Hero ticked iron. Look at the Heat scrap and claw for all these rebounds.
Get some good bounces.
They sure are. Draymond got knocked over. Yurtseven inside, and those are the ones yesterday he made every one of them.
He normally doesn't miss that. He can do it with either arm, too. The jump hooks.
Similar to the Utah game, when you play a good team, they're going to make the push, and the Heat have. And the Warriors are answering with a Wiggins bucket.
Only Draymond saw that angle. Obviously, Andrew Wiggins is on the same page, but Andrew Wiggins cross pass with Steph. And had Jimmy Butler out of position, just threw it over the top.
Hero having it knocked away. Draymond's got 9 assists in the first half, by the way.
Well, that's hustle on Steph's part. You got to just keep coming, even if you're beaten. And watch Draymond and the vision. Like, I don't want to pass it there. Okay, let's wave you down, set that screen for Steph. He thought that Jimmy Butler was going to hesitate at least. And the fact that Jimmy Butler didn't see the ball, he was able to throw it over the top of him.
You know what I loved about that replay when you see him waving like that? I think of another 6'9" Michigan State guy and how he directed traffic.
Talking about Magic?
I am talking about Magic. I love when Draymond does that. Shot clock at 2. Butler has only made 9 threes all season. He is now 9 for 42 from beyond the arc. He just doesn't. It's not part of his game. Steph setting up Looney. He finished on the other side of Yurtseven, but couldn't get the bucket. Butler with Steph back there. Oh, guy ran into that three, but pulled it short. Draymond getting on the deck here. Can he get it to a teammate? And instead, he's going to get tied up.
There's a lot happening under there. That's the thing. When you get on the floor and there's a lot of traffic in there, everybody's going to be reaching. And you're going to have to be scrambling to come up out of this scrum. Draymond gets on the floor first. He kind of falls over. Look at P.J. Tucker trying to get his hands in there and grab it. And you get another guy on your back. It doesn't feel very good under there.
Well, I think he was kind of saying, hey, when are we going to blow the whistle? He's like, okay, I had it, and guys are scratching, clawing, reaching. When was the whistle blown for the jump ball?
Got this jump ball. Where's Draymond Green going to go? They're kind of playing musical chairs here. Everybody keeps moving around the circle. You got Andrew Wiggins he could go to.
I knew he was going to win that tap. I could have told you that, because he's pretty frosty. Wiggins going to get around Kyle Guy, put it up and in.
Oh, that's beast mode. Kyle Guy just put him in the basket, expose him down
16 for Wiggins, 14 for Jordan Poole. Jimmy Butler, now that is where he's lethal.
Mid-range. Oh, they missed Andrew Wiggins again on Kyle Guy.
GP2. Oh, nice finish. He had Wiggins in the corner, but he went and laid it in himself.
If you do that, that works.
The Warriors have responded. 15-3 Miami run, 10-2 Warrior answer. Now you're watching the mid-range of Jimmy Butler. Averages 23 a game. Looney rolling, Looney finishing.
You wasn't surprised by Kyle Guy coming over. He's able to finish over him, but 2 defenders stay with Steph. He just roll out of it.
Tyler Hero, good look from 3, and Draymond with the rebound. Can you finish the half strong here? Wiggins an open 3, but there's Hero walking it back the other way. We said Hero can be their barometer guy. He's 3 of 10 with 7 points. He against 25. They're 10-2. The average is 20 a game. Jimmy Butler.
He gets a lot of ISOs, and if you're guarding him, you got to be ready for him to attack and go at your head. Doesn't matter who you are, even Andrew Wiggins. That's a fun matchup.
So Lowry carried the load for a little while. Now Butler's doing the same. Steph creates some space and curled that out. So Curry 3 of 10 from the field. Butler setting up Tucker. And Draymond says, I've seen you shoot those corner threes. I'm there.
How good was that? PJ Tucker just knew he had an open shot. And Draymond Green just got on his horse and it almost saved it.
Don't ever forget Draymond's wingspan is 7'3". Okay?
The leadership that he's showing there, just the hustle. You lead by example, too. And he's example and talk when it comes to leadership.
And blocked it with didn't land on him, no body contact. It was perfectly done. Yeah, Butler got Steph on the switch. That's what he wanted. And Butler getting to the line.
Yeah, the body. He's so good at that.
It's going to be Steph's third foul. He's probably got a decision for Steve Kerr whether or not Curry sits the rest of the half.
Well, that's the thing about Butler. He just understands when he's got his guy beat and being able to stop on a dime. He kind of threw his legs out in front of him to kind of plant and go straight up so Steph would run into him.
Tonight's Warrior shop item of the game, the new City Edition Swingman shorts. Get the shorts that match the hot jersey at shop.warriors.com.
So this is kind of how competitive they are as a team. So Tyler Hero, when he first got to the Heat, he was going to work out at 6 a.m. in the morning. All right. So Duncan Robinson catches wind of that. And he's like, you know what? You're not going to be working out while I'm sleeping. I'm going to join you. So it's Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson and that little crew at 6 a.m. Jimmy Butler gets a wind of it. He's like, you guys aren't going to outwork me. I'm coming at 4:30.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm going to already have a full sweat and be done with the workout and be walking out when you guys are walking in. So that's kind of how this team is now. Obviously, we talked about Jordan Poole and how he's kind of won that contest with the key card.
That was interesting. You've got the offensive foul on the hook. And so the Warriors only have 4 turnovers, but 3 of them have been by offensive foul. Not been sloppy passes, just moving screens, or in that case, hooking. You're trying to make a move. Poole did well not to foul him there. That's what Butler was looking for. Jimmy Butler off iron, long rebound, Jordan Poole in motion. Running with GP2. Steph's done for the rest of the half. Protecting that 1-point lead here. Oh, tic-tac-toe! GP2, Poole, Draymond, Payton.
Just starts with Poole's playmaking, and then the decision-making from Draymond.
And Lowry, a rare turnover. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Lob it up. GP2 could not spike it down.
Tried to one-hand that one. That was a tough pass, too.
Lowry to Tucker. Now Hero's going to get a running start. Tucker saved it. No, he didn't. Sideline out of bounds.
That's the 9th turnover for them. And it's the 10th turnover and 17 points off those turnovers.
Some of that is playing the night before and a little fatigue. Some of it's Warrior good defense, and some of it's a little uncharacteristic.
Right. Like there, again, they weren't on the same page. You saw the one where they turned it over where PJ Tucker flashed to the middle. There's been a few like that.
But if you're the Heat, you're nearly halfway through the game, and you're doing fine. You were down 13. Warriors are making everything. You got Steph bottled up at 3 of 10 a little bit. So if you're Miami, you know, the Warriors are 16-3 in this building. So,
well, you figured this would be a head knocker. The way this Heat team plays, the way they kind of slow it down. They like to win ugly sometimes.
Yeah, but they're one of the top 8 teams in the league. Jordan Poole. Yurtseven is just inhaling rebounds. Warriors are aware of Tyler Hero on all those drives. Martin inside, a little short, big rebound to Looney. And the Warriors can play for one with the shot clock off. Now Miami has a foul to give here, so we'll see if the Heat apply that as the Warriors try to make a move. Down to 7. Jordan Poole at 3. Looney rolling. Looney on the finish.
Well, that's the playmaking from Poole again, making that pocket pass after defenders stay with him.
Hero from near midcourt, and that will do it. So a 5-point lead at the break. Warriors shoot it at 51%, limit Miami to 41% shooting. But Jordan Poole with 14 points and 3 assists. Draymond 10 assists in the first half, and Wiggins had 16. And they've needed all of it. You've needed Poole back, Draymond back. And for the Heat, they're right in striking distance despite shooting only 41%. Jordan Poole joins us with 14 points and 3 assists. And we've seen the scoring when you're showing off, but the playmaking. You and Looney rolling in the half court. What are you seeing that you're able to do that?
Just reading the defense. I mean, I hit a couple shots early, found a way to be aggressive. Both of them came up. Got to switch with the big, and they got mixed up in the coverages, and Lone had a good roll. So keep my eyes up.
Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off. I was going to say, you look good. This is your second game back. I mean, how are you feeling? How's your win and all that? Because you're running the floor well. It looks like you're fine to us.
Yeah, I was fine last game. A couple days before that, I was fine too.
Yeah. That's true. Okay.
Get in there with the teammates. Good first half.
Appreciate it.
All right, Jordan Poole with 14 points and 3 assists. Hey, you look like you're all right. You were out for a week. I was good last game.
That's it.
You got to love Jordan Poole. 5-point lead at halftime. Bonte, the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, and Darrell Wright. Warrior Halftime Live, brought to you by Jack in the Box, is straight ahead.
Warriors were up 13 points at one point in the first half, but the Heat used an 18-3 run in the second quarter to battle back and take the lead. But the Warriors responded with a 10-2 run. They were up 5 at the half, and they were moving that ball around as we welcome everybody to Halftime Live, presented by Jack in the Box. Chris Willard, Darrell Wright, and Bonte Hill. And it was a Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins show, especially in that first quarter. Poole with 11 off the bench in that first, and Andrew Wiggins was 16 in that first half, right?
I thought Andrew Wiggins did a great job with setting the tone offensively, and then Jordan Poole doing the same when Steph Curry got into foul trouble.
Yeah, both players high efficiency. Wiggins 6 of 8 from the field, and Jordan Poole 5 of 9. The Warriors shoot 51% from the field in the first half.
And the assist numbers, Muller, you always love them. 20 assists on 24 made field goals.
10 from Draymond.
No doubt. 10 assists in the first half, that is, for Draymond Green. Otto Porter Jr. with 3 and B. Luton with 7. Enjoy the second half as the Warriors try to hold on against the Miami Heat and start the new year 2-0.
Monday night at Chase Center, and we got a good one halfway through with the Warriors in the lead. But the Heat and the Warriors are 2 of the top 8 teams in the league, and they've played like it. Warriors had the nice surge, and then Mr. Butler, Mr. Lowry made sure the Heat got back into it.
That's the kind of game we thought it would be. And the second chance points for the Heat have been somewhat problematic. They're at +6 there when it comes to second chance points. So those offensive rebounds they've gotten some good bounces, but you really got to hustle there. And then we were just talking about the free throws. They're +6, the Heat are, when it comes to the free throw line, but they've only shot 9. You're doing an okay job there. Everything else is great, especially the fact that you forced 10 turnovers, and you're scoring a bunch of points off of those turnovers, so keep that going.
And think about it. You can have the biggest impact in the game and not score a point, because Draymond Green was simply spectacular. With our 4 plays of the day, he had 10 assists in the first half. He's done that 8 times in his career, but he controlled things, and when Steph went out with the early foul trouble, Draymond made sure the Warriors had no drop-off.
Domination, pushing the tempo, directing traffic like he does so well. And they got some really good stuff out of his post-ups. Anytime he felt like there was a mismatch, and he liked what he was doing, he got inside and showed his teammates a target. They got into him. The defense collapsed. He's able to kick it out, making plays on both sides of the floor. Defensive, you know how good he is there with his hands, being at the right place at the right time, and then getting it out so the Warriors can run.
Look at the first half numbers. An assist-to-turnover ratio that's 5-to-1.
Stellar.
I mean, that doesn't get any better than that.
That's wild. They're on pace for 40 assists.
But the rebounds. The Warriors have been such a good rebounding team all season long, and yet the long misses, the Heat are scrappier, they're chasing them down. You look at the numbers, say, how's it only a 5-point game? But it's because the Heat can make threes and because Butler and Lowry just made sure they stayed in the game.
And they started off kind of slow with the three-point shooting, but they got on a roll there. So the Warriors have to be cognizant of that. They're really doing a good job, as Jimmy Butler, you see his numbers there. They're really doing a good job of getting into the paint and then going draw and kick. But it's not just the draw and kick you have to deal with. There's always an extra man setting the screen so you can't close back out. Once you're in help and you're trying to get back out to your man on the ball, it's not easy. You got to run around sometimes Yurtseven, or it could even be a guard.
Now, a couple things here. The Warriors are going to need some pyrotechnics from Steph Curry in the second half, more than likely. But you also don't want him to pick up that fourth foul right away.
That's true.
Because you played almost the whole first quarter without him. So Steph's got 3 here as we begin the second half. Wiggins opens on Lowry, and wow, Lowry, that is very uncharacteristic.
Well, Kyle Lowry just botched out because that was a perfect play, and he set the Warriors up so good. We see that with the Warriors a lot, where 2 defenders will stay with the guy that's back screening.
Erik Spoelstra was like, we designed a good play. Kyle's super smart. He's an amazing player, and he threw it in the stands.
Basically.
Kyle tapped his chest there. Curry is 3 of 11. They've had good attention on Steph, but I think that foul trouble and the sitting kind of messed with his rhythm a little bit. If Jimmy Butler starts hitting threes, it's only 10 all season long.
There was no hesitation there. He shot that so comfortable. I think he caught Draymond off guard, too.
And Wiggins, he ends that where Butler scored the last 11 for Miami. And Andrew now with 18 to lead the Dubs.
Well, that was because of Steph, too, but his defender was on the wrong side of him.
Kyle Lowry rattling out that 3. The Heat and Warriors are both elite three-point shooting teams. That's why no lead will be safe. Steph setting up GP2.
So good. Martin is playing Steph, and again, almost like the way they just played Andrew Wiggins. They're on the top side. So Steph is saying, if you're not in between me and the basket, I'm going back door, then just draw Gary Payton, the second defender.
That's when you look at the Warriors' team field goal percentage in the lane. It's elite and among the very best in the NBA. Is we have a foul instead of a travel here.
Well, Looney doesn't like it, but they're going to call it on. Draymond is making sure he's okay. But you were talking about them defensively in the paint. The Warriors, you said that they're shooting well in there. The Warriors are kind of making that point of emphasis tonight because this is a team that keeps you out of the paint and makes it really tough on you to score in the paint. This is Jimmy Butler driving here. See, Looney's trying to move his feet. Oh, yeah, Draymond got him in the face with that thumb. That does not feel good. That's why Draymond was checking on him. Obviously, there was no malicious intent.
I think they're also taking a look at, he's got some blood coming out of his nose there. So Yurtseven already had a cut under the eye. Jimmy Butler is having the nose tended to.
It's one of those games, man. You're going to come away with some cuts, some bruises. There's Adebayo.
Bam Adebayo and Draymond were the centers for Team USA in Tokyo. Bam's got the right thumb ligament. But Erik Spoelstra said something interesting about having Adebayo with the team. He says, I don't know medically if it makes any sense, but you just heal better when you're around the guys.
Oh,
like
sure.
You're around your friends. And just, you know, when you're working out and you're in, it's nothing worse than a guy having an injury and you feel like you're not a part of things.
Well, we've talked about that with Clay and just the way he's been around the team and been traveling more now. And just helps your psyche, your mood.
Yurtseven's looking to pass. Steph just got around that screen easily. Shot clock at 5. Good to see that Butler's all right. Shot clock at 3. Now Lowry, another deep 3. Wiggins made it tougher. These are the long rebounds the Warriors didn't get in the first half. And Steph get unlocked a little bit here. Oh, what a catch by Looney. And he just couldn't finish.
Well, that happened again because he set that screen for Steph and the Heat switched it and the switch man just stayed on the wrong side. It was Martin.
You know when you hate being a graphics coordinator in the NBA? And your producer says, hey, list all the Heat guys that are out.
It's getting pretty crazy.
That is a lot of bodies and a lot of quality players.
And it's not easy to keep winning, too, like the Heat have been, besides last night.
Steph Curry for 3. And Yurtseven with a strong rebound. Someone's got to tell me why Yurtseven wasn't drafted.
That's what I'm saying. A 7-foot guy that's that skilled and his great footwork, touch around the rim like that,
he
can shoot it.
Went and played for the Turkish national team. You mentioned the California Classic, where Yurtseven impressed.
He can shoot threes, too. Like in the G League, he shot 38% from three-point range.
I remember watching the California Classic games because I wanted to see Kuminga, right? So Kuminga was scoring. I'm like, who's the tall guy that, what's going on? I mean,
he can play.
And then you see Miami grab him, and he's been, especially without Adebayo's injury, he's been excellent.
He's a nice feel for the game, too. The run pick and rolls with him. He's got good hands.
And Butler, that's a 24-second violation. Jimmy Butler saw the clock, but didn't even draw iron on that jumper.
That's a mid-range, too. Normally, he's pretty solid from there, more than solid from the mid-range.
That is the story of the game right there. The 12 Miami turnovers, only 4 by the Dubs, and 3 of them are moving screens. So that means you're looking at 22 assists with 1 errant pass on a turnover.
We'll take that every night of the week.
And the game is played mostly in the half court tonight. Miami's won the tempo battle with holding on to Wiggins.
See, I was waiting for that. This is the Steph back screen, because this happened to the Heat last night against the Kings, where Buddy Hield set a screen for Metu, and they botched it twice in a row last night. So I'm thinking, when are the Warriors going to bring out this Steph back screen? They just did it there.
And De'Aaron Fox hit a couple free throws. Jimmy Butler missed a close shot at the buzzer that would have tied it. And I just mentioned turnovers, and Steph and Draymond turned one over.
He just threw it into the hands of the double team.
Broadcaster jinx. Tyler Hero missing there. Martin soaring in to finish that. Caleb Martin with a high rise.
Well, of all the offensive rebounds they've gotten, that was the most emphatic one.
GP2. And the iron unkind there as Yurtseven did well not to foul him. This game has kind of an ominous feel to it. The Warriors are just not gaining any separation. It's now a one-point game.
Well, it's not surprising, though. It's the Heat. Like, the Warriors have been in close games. They know what to expect. They've closed teams out before, really good teams, like we just saw with Utah.
Look at that Denver home game. Steph was 1 of 7 through 3 quarters. He's 3 of 12 here in the third as Wiggins had it knocked away.
That was the only way he was going to win that battle, if he knocked it away down low.
Lowry cycling it to Martin. He's had a great game. And that 3 halfway down and out. Draymond did well. He's fought for that rebound. Payton in on Lowry. Oh, he stepped around him. He was going to draw a charge, and he read it and went the other way.
That was a monster Euro step and perfectly executed.
Kyle Lowry, he draws the most charges in the league.
He's the charge king.
That was really nice. And Butler, speaking of really nice, good finish. Yeah, you got a game here with elite, talented, experienced players showing their wares on both ends of the court. But GP2, it's Kyle Lowry. He's a great defender. He's going to draw a trouble, but a step around him and put it up and in. The Euro step by GP2, and the Warriors up 1.
Warriors basketball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
One of our absolute favorites being honored tonight, Andrew Bogut. He and Draymond Green taught a masterclass defensively at the Warriors championship of 2015. And then in the 73-win season, people know about the Draymond suspension in the finals. Don't forget Bogut was injured in the finals. That is never mentioned, and it was so critical.
That was a huge part of it. I just love his passing. Remember between the legs?
Oh, man. And Looney and Jordan Poole working nicely.
Well, it seems to happen when someone crosses paths with Steph. Defenders stay with Steph, or they botch the coverage. Get an opening.
Andrew Bogut, super good guy, super funny, really tough. And a huge reason why the Warriors became champions is Jimmy Butler floating that in. And there's Yurtseven with that feel for the game.
They're such a smart offensive team with a lot of smart players.
Miami has the tempo where they want. They have Steph bottled up. They're hanging in the game. Curry 3. He is now 3 of 13 shooting.
It's a great look off that split action, too.
He's 1 of 8 on threes.
The screener's defender is just not close enough.
Steph won 6 of 12 against Utah from distance. Yurtseven looking for his own offense, but
3 seconds.
Yep. Took a long time to get the thing rolling. I was going to say his footwork was fine.
I was about to say.
It just took a long time.
He's got all the step throughs. He's really shifty as a big down there.
I think when Adebayo comes back, that's a nice backup center spot for him. It's a good find.
Well, he's earning his minutes.
Moody and Jordan Poole, another two-man game. And KP, have yourself a night.
I love the screen rescreen. Looney could have shot that because he wasn't being guarded, but he chose to give Jordan Poole the handoff because he knew Poole would have an opening off of it.
Jordan's got 19 points in 13 minutes.
Okay, wait a minute. Stop it.
Jimmy Butler came into the game with 9 threes all season. He's hit 2 tonight.
You can throw his three-point shooting percentage out the window.
Curry down the lane. Couldn't get the angle on the layup.
They had the right idea. The three ball isn't working, so go inside.
Butler's got 22, and he and Caleb Martin have just been fantastic. So 11 made threes by the Heat.
Well, they've been shooting the three ball much better, even more lately.
That's a delay of game. That's just a warning. Second one is a technical. Game's been tied only one time. We've had 4 lead changes. But the Warriors had a 13-point lead. Miami's just been grinding their way back into the advantage. And Jordan Poole drops it in, draws a foul.
He's got so much game, and he knows how to use his teammates. Little two-man game with Kevon Looney again. And Tyler Hero's fighting over the top of that, but he knew that's how he would be played by Tyler Hero, and Yurtseven just isn't close enough. So you just find that little hole right in between. Just power up and concentrate.
People have talked about, when Klay Thompson comes back and what's going to happen to this guy and this guy and this guy in minutes and this and that. Jordan Poole's going to be just fine.
Oh, for sure. Are you serious?
He's going to be just fine.
The kind of season he's had, it's not even a question. He's going to lead that second unit.
Put him and Iguodala with that second unit. Porter and Bielitsa and Payton and those guys. Bring back James Wiseman. Butler got caught up in the air. Wiggins pushing it back. In on Lowry. And he's fouled from behind. He made sure he didn't run over Lowry, but the contact came from behind.
Lowry's got to be careful. He may get a tech, but Andrew Wiggins saw Jordan Poole hit Kyle Lowry with that mean Euro step. He's like, let me try one of my own.
So Andrew Wiggins, a couple free throws, courtesy of Cisco WebEx.
We need that part.
It's nearly done.
Can you repeat that? That's better.
It's done.
With WebEx, the McLaren Formula One team is collaborating like never before. Introducing the WebEx Suite, driving hybrid work.
Now, they assessed Lowry that foul. So that's his 4th.
That's why he was so mad.
Yeah, because the contact, Wiggins appeared to be pushed from behind. So you could see he knows him grabbing a 4th foul at the 5-minute mark of the 3rd is a critical point in the game.
It's so incredible to me how many players are getting that Euro step in their game. It's kind of just rampant in the league now. It's such a good move.
And Butler, Warriors fortunate there. Remember with the Euro step 2 in the NBA, it's different than high school and college. It's the gather, dribble, then 1-2. Like gather 1-2 for the layup.
Well, they don't make a ton of mistakes defensively, but that was a breakdown. The Warriors took advantage of that.
So the lead pushed to 5. Draymond's first field goal of the night. He'd only taken 1 shot. He's got 11 assists. But hey, reward him every once in a while.
Warriors basketball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by WebEx. The future of work is hybrid. WebEx by Cisco.
Jordan Poole with a team-high 22 on 8 of 12 shooting. The Warrior lead at 5. And Jordan is on the new episode of Dubs Talk. You got to check out that podcast. Talks about the team chemistry and how he's learning from the vets. But remember, he's teaching some of the youngsters because you've got Mr. Wiseman, Mr. Kuminga, and Mr. Moody. At 22, Jordan's an old head in the league compared to those guys.
Right? Bench scoring right now is 34-12, so get used to that when Klay's back. He's going to come off the bench with that type of energy.
Yurtseven, and there's Draymond. Every big thinks, oh, Draymond's only 6'6", and then they can't score on him.
Right? I think Jordan Poole's really going to enjoy coming up off the bench and having a little more control, a little more leeway.
We had Wiseman and Iguodala, Porter, Peyton, Bielitsa. The Warriors' depth is awesome. Shot clock at 2. Wiggins beat the buzzer, but off back iron. So Kyle Guy and Lowry with Butler, Yurtseven, and Martin. There's Yurtseven guiding that home.
Oh, and he's athletic as well, not just smooth.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Like, whoa.
He's got it all as a big.
That's the one Draymond's got to take and make. You're going to leave him 10 feet away. He's going to bury a 3.
And Steph took Yurtseven so far away from him. He had so much time to get his legs into it.
You mentioned this Butler-Wiggins matchup has been fun, right? Otto Porter takes him on a switch. Martin's there, Draymond's there, and that is an offensive foul.
He got outside the restricted circle. He was there in plenty of time. On both sides of the floor, Draymond doing work. And haven't had a ton of points, but here's 3 of them. Take his time, line it up, no hesitation, in rhythm, and he's going to talk crazy to you. Doesn't matter if he's only hit 1 3, he's going to act like he's hit 10. And then get over and be in the right place at the right time to take that charge.
You know, we see Lowry at 35, right? See Iguodala at 37. See LeBron, what he's doing. Draymond's 31 years old.
That's true.
Okay, I mean, think of how many more years. He's not an elevator guy, right? So it's brains and strength and will and competitive drive.
You know, Draymond actually almost went to Kentucky. He actually committed there. And he said he went to the Kentucky-Florida game. It was incredible. He was sold. He committed there, and then Coach Tubby Smith called him and said, I'm going to Minnesota. So then he kind of pulled out and said, okay, I'll go to Michigan State. But you wouldn't have known what to do with yourself.
I wouldn't have.
A 4-year player going to Kentucky, high IQ guy, as Jimmy Butler's down.
I hope Butler's all right.
That was an awkward fall.
Jimmy Butler in some distress there, but now being helped up, that's a good sign. But he might have rolled that ankle. He needs some help here.
Being helped off.
You don't want to see this. Come on. 6-point Warrior lead, but it's one of the best players in the league that you hope is all right. So Jimmy Butler being helped to the Heat locker room, and he rolled that right ankle, and it was not a lot of fun.
He tried to stop, and on the plant, the front of his foot just gets stuck, and the back rolls around, and that's pretty painful there.
Kyle Guy attacking, and he finished around Draymond. How about that?
That's strong. Tough.
So Yurtseven and Tyler Hero, Kyle Guy, PJ Tucker, Kyle Lowry, Damian Lee, with Draymond, and Porter, Poole, and Juan Toscano Anderson. Shot clock at 5. Draymond's got to launch another 3, and that's great defense by the Heat.
They got to try to rally without their leader now.
Steph's sitting right now, but Jimmy Butler in the locker room, he had 22 for Miami. JTA saw that pass. Push ahead Porter. Lowry's there, took his time and finished over him.
That's the main thing. He slowed his body down and let Kyle Lowry take himself out of the play. Almost out of the play.
Kyle Guy denied by Poole. And then the nice outlet. You said speed up the Heat. Get out in transition. Up tempo when you can on the throw ahead passes. Beautifully done. Just what JTA fighting Jordan Poole.
It's just those speed cuts. Anytime the Warriors throw in the post, they're expecting some type of split action. If you already have the advantage on a cut, just go to the rim.
That was a mistake, and Kyle Guy made the Warriors pay with an open 3. And Steve Kerr off the bench.
They were both just staying with PJ Tucker, and they just botched it, left the shooter in the corner.
Kyle Guy's got 11 off the bench and 3 made threes. Draymond, Yurtseven, good rotation, better speed cut there by JTA, and left it on the iron.
That's the movement without the ball you want, though.
Lowry for 3. I'll tell you, Otto Porter, you just see rebounding, you see three-point shooting, you see defense. He just adds to this team in so many ways. Yurtseven, you saw that pass.
That was going to be a layup if he didn't get that.
For the final minute of the third, the Heat not going away with the Warriors up 5. Hero challenged by Draymond. He cleans up everything. JTA on Lowry. He stepped around him and draw a blocking foul, but that'll be Lowry's 5th foul.
Lowry just can't believe it.
Everybody knows he wants to draw charges, so they're trying to make sure that he doesn't get him squared up.
He's had a few go against him in that situation.
This is going to be reviewed. Eric Spoelstra's wondering, was it a blocking foul? Was it a travel? It's the 5th foul Lowry, and I got to take a look at it. They've used their challenge here, and you've got Nick Booker and Zach Zarba. And Zach will give us the official ruling here.
Unsuccessful.
After review, Lowry did not establish a legal guarding position in the path of the dribbler. Therefore, the blocking foul stands. Miami loses a timeout.
He was clearly moving. They weren't going to change that one. Lowry letting him hear it. But watch him move to his left. He's just not set.
Our cameraman on top of the backboard. That is the best angle.
Perfect.
Perfectly done.
You can tell Juan Toscano-Anderson was trying to time it, though, the Euro step.
And for Zach Zarba, kind of a young De Niro in the explanation. I'm going to give him a little,
You went De Niro there? That's high praise.
He's got the, incredibly handsome features and everything. I mean,
you're saying he looks like De Niro?
No, I'm just saying a young De Niro.
De Niro. Interesting.
A good camera presence, well explained.
Yeah, interesting.
You're not giving him the short Academy Performance Award there?
De Niro like in Heat?
No. Like, go back into maybe Godfather 2.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay, I'm talking young Robert De Niro.
All right. Maybe.
Zach, he's just a really good official.
Well, yeah.
And he will let players bark back and forth, too. It's not only his technical expertise, but he runs the game well with tremendous demeanor. You know he's in charge. Deflected again, but this one right to Yurtseven, missing that 3. And he had 3s in college. You were telling me that earlier.
I'm saying. Shot it well, transferred to Georgetown. He had good numbers there, almost 16 and 10 at Georgetown.
6-second difference, big clock, little clock. Winding down this third. Poole. Porter loves the corners. Otto Corner Jr. with the 3.
And it's Jordan Poole, though, is moving without the ball, the juke move.
Warriors have a foul to give here. Hero will get it off and drop it in and beat the buzzer. So Hero with the 3. The double-digit lead is short-lived. 7-point advantage, trying to put Miami away. Our Toyota game summary. The Warriors have 43 bench points. They're shooting nearly 52%. They have 11 made threes. They've committed only 7 turnovers. How is this only a 7-point game?
Because the Heat are tough. They still got a good amount of playmakers. Full court press for the Heat. How's your press breaker? Warriors have 31 assists right now.
D-Lee with a 12 made 3.
32 assists.
You got to look at it. Kyle Lowry's got 5 fouls, and Jimmy Butler's in the locker room with a rolled ankle. If you're the Warriors, you got to bring this one home.
Yeah, they should win, but it is the NBA. Still got to play it all the way out.
Wow, God, has been an absolute flamethrower.
Told you, they got playmakers, man.
He's got 14 points in 20 minutes off the bench.
And Kyle Guy is gaining in confidence.
And Caleb Martin playing the solid D.
Bielitsa let him a little too much. Lee on that possession.
Yeah, that's great defense by Steph and a great shot by Tyler Hero.
I'm telling you, man.
Their offense beats good defense.
They're all trying to rise to the occasion right now.
Can you get Curry rolling? Odd to see Steph in single digits on 3 of 15 shooting. He has only 7 points. Bielitsa, he's got it
line it up and shoot it with confidence.
So Nemanja with 10 off the bench on 4 of 5 shooting. Long way to go in this one, but the Heat have been game. Now Guy one more time. Most outstanding player in the Final Four for Virginia, missing that 3.
That was so well done. The Warriors X'd that one out on the weak side. Otto Porter was down. He went up instead of to the corner.
Elitza again. What does X mean?
That's what I was just saying. Otto Porter, he's kind of around the weak side block. It's tough for you to get to the corner, so you get to the wing instead.
Hero missing there. Now Guy is guarding Steph. Oh, Porter. Little pump fake and a finish, and Damian Lee saw that play the whole way.
Warriors have taken advantage of their mistakes anytime they make them on defense. And they screwed that one up too. Defenders stayed with the ball handler, Damian Lee. Warriors have great vision.
46 points in the paint. Yeah, they'll hit threes, but the interior passing and patience has been really nice. Lead at 10 with 9:52 remaining in the game. All right, Kalena, tomorrow you get an off day. I need you at warriors.com/dubthevote to get multiple Warriors into the All-Star game, whether it's Steph, Draymond, Andrew Wiggins.
I'll do it. I got to do my job. It's my duty.
You can scan the code presented by Google Cloud and randomly vote infinitely. Just, I mean, if you're at work, just spend time on the computer. Boss isn't even looking at what you're doing.
Yeah. My voting hand is strong. I'm just going to keep clicking that vote button. And all the fans.
If you have the best record in the league, you got to have a few guys on the All-Star team, I would think.
Absolutely.
Caleb Martin looked one way for Tyler Hero. Picked up the dribble. Shot clock at 5. Elitza moved his feet, and so did JTA. Martin checked it. Mid-range jumper. How about that execution? Now, Caleb Martin, you got to give this guy a lot of credit. Cody's a tough-minded player. Caleb is averaging about 9 a game, and he's just having a great outing with 17 tonight.
Almost all their buckets lately, as Otto Porter misses a floater, have been some of the toughest shots. Good defense.
Tyler Hero trying to get rolling, and who followed it? Caleb Martin just couldn't get it to go down. Elitza rolling. Yurts have been challenged that nicely. Still loose on the glass. Porter fighting for it. Porter winning the rebound battle. Out to D. Lee. Time to set his feet and couldn't hit the 3.
It was short all the way. Elitza wanted it more, though. He was working down there.
Remember, Lowry's playing with the 5 fouls, but he will draw a foul on JTA right there.
Oh, he's got all the tricks. Yeah, he's got the 5 fouls, but he knows how to draw a foul, too.
Kyle Lowry.
He's had a great career.
He really has. I mean, the 24th pick out of Villanova. And you just see him, whether it was Memphis or Houston or Toronto. And now here with Miami.
I worked out with him some in Vegas for almost the whole summer. And he puts in the work.
Second free throw coming your way, courtesy of Grayton Resort and Casino.
The New Year, New Winnings Cash Giveaway at Grayton Resort and Casino. Friday, January 28th. Drawings at 7 and 9 p.m. 10 winners of $2,022 at each drawing. Plus 2 lucky winners of $25,000. Only at Grayton Resort and Casino.
It's interesting in Vegas. Obviously, there's a lot of distractions. You would think it's maybe not the best place in the world to spend a summer trying to work on your game and actually get good workouts in. But he was one of the guys that was constantly at the gym getting it in.
The work that guys do in the offseason, you know, that's whether you're Clay or Steph or Draymond, those guys. And Curry will get to the line. Steph is just so kind of distraught tonight. Like, what is going on with some of my shots?
Andrew Wiggins came and he just started laughing with him.
Steph's like,
that's all you can do sometimes.
I am the greatest shooter in the world. And these baskets have been very unkind to me tonight.
It was such a perfect ball screen. Kyle Guy tried to switch on to him, and he got turned around, and Steph already had a ton of speed getting downhill. That's one he makes, not even 9 times out of 10. It's 10 times out of 10 he makes that layup.
The beauty of Steph, though, is it's the smile and the shake of the head and like, okay, you know, and you say it a lot, and it's 100%. It only takes one. You know, whether it's a three or a jumper.
Or a free throw.
Yeah, it only takes one.
Yeah. But the crowd trying to lift him. Love it.
Steph is now second in the league in free throwing, by the way. Emmanuel Quickley is at 93%.
Shooting well.
Yeah, best free thrower in the NBA. Steph is second. GP2 on Lowry. And then GP2 got a piece of that. It was touched last by Silva, and that'll be Warrior ball, but Gary Payton the second.
He is a pest defensively, and Kyle Lowry is finding that out the hard way. Look at this tenacious defense, timed that one really well, blocked it. That was nice.
Steph's got Kyle Guy on him. And cycle it back out to Wiggins, and his 20-point night back into Bjelica. Martin bothered him on that shot. Long way to go in this one with the Warriors up 8. Miami just has never let the Warriors feel comfortable all night. Silva inside, and Wiggins did well not to foul.
He was waiting for him. He was on P.J. Tucker camp.
Look at that Curry assist. Steph's got 9 assists, and he had Payton sized up the whole time.
Payton threw up the goggles. He seems to always be ahead of the defense, knows how to run the floor.
GP2, the scoring has become very nice for him. He's got a dozen tonight. Kyle Guy and Silva couldn't finish.
GP2 blocked that one and stared down the big man. GP2 basically is a big man. And the no-look pass had a little sauce on it, too.
But the goggles. The last 4 games he started, where Gary's averaging nearly 15 a game.
Look, he had to find Steph and then throw the goggles up. It's well executed.
He can run back on defense with the goggles the whole time.
Exactly.
Hey, P.J. Tucker's in the corner.
They're happy to have him back.
I tell you,
that's where he lives. He built a house in the corner there.
I tell you, he and Bruce Bowen, you just think of great defenders that were great corner 3 specialists. See Tucker, he jumped out at Steph right away. Draymond rebounded the Curry miss. Wiggins to go at Hero, setting up Looney. Trying to create a little space, and he does.
That's so well done from Looney. He didn't try to go up and shoot the tough layup. Didn't like the angle. How about some pivot moves to get more of an opening?
Silva took it down, and the Warriors swiped down with the foul.
Well, he thought he walked there. The crowd wanted to walk. But how about Andrew Wiggins on the other side with the playmaking, though, too? Like, it's not just that he's able to get downhill and get in the paint almost at will. Now he's got the vision and the unselfishness to draw and dish.
How about 6 guys with 2 or more assists tonight? 39 was a season high. They have 35 assists already.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, Kenny Atkinson and Steve Kerr are talking about it. You know, Mike Brown is back tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Mike said, I'm sick of your broadcast. I'm going to go back to work and be on the sideline. I have enough of Azubuike this summer. And that Fitz guy drives me crazy.
Yeah. I spent time with him this summer. He was awesome with Team Nigeria. He put so much into that. And they were so appreciative to have him as the head coach.
Put it this way. If you don't like Mike Brown, something is wrong with you.
Right.
I just say, I don't know if I've ever met just a better guy in terms of how he handles people.
He's the best. Even when he cut me in Cleveland, he handled it so well. As Jordan Poole knocks down another 3, he handled it so well and came and talked to me. I was like, man, I should not like this guy because he just cut me, but he's such a good dude. I can't help it.
He has run that defense beautifully this year. Tyler Hero. You know, when they get Duncan Robinson back and get Adebayo back, you know, everybody talks about the Brooklyns and Milwaukees in the East, and they should. And Chicago's been amazing, but you want the Heat in a 7-game series? I don't know about that.
And the East is just all about who can stay healthy. As Gary Payton II misses a 3. Like, there's a lot of teams. You're talking about Milwaukee, too. If they're healthy, they're a problem.
I mean, the Heat made the finals in the bubble, and then you add Kyle Lowry to that. I like how hard they play. They know who they are. They can execute. They can make threes. They'll guard you when they need to.
They got some depth.
I mean, that's
The East is not going to be easy, though. The Bulls are playing extremely well. DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan just wins every game at the end.
Winners, crazy game winners, too. Super tough shot. The one off of 1 foot, that was wild. The Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving back half the time now. It's going to be a fight in the East.
Well, I just think the West now, you've got Utah, the Warriors, and Phoenix kind of separating a little bit. But you see Memphis is playing great basketball.
Memphis with John Morant is...
Oof, they took care of Brooklyn tonight.
He's fun to watch, man. That whole team is fun to watch.
Lowry rimming that in. Xfinity Mobile delivers fast nationwide 5G included at no extra cost. You can save on your wireless bill with Xfinity Mobile. The Warrior lead is at 6 with 5:37 remaining. Just trying to put away the Heat. Remember all the good teams we were talking about? The Warriors are going to see them all in the next couple weeks with our Chase upcoming schedule. Memphis, Milwaukee, Chicago, Cleveland's had a really good year. And
I like watching Cleveland.
After tonight, that Dallas-New Orleans trip, I might just say Sunday you should be checking out Warrior basketball too. But this is really how you get better. You have quality teams challenge you, and then you answer all the challenges.
And the Warriors have closed well when they've been asked to do it against some pretty good teams. And tonight they've been getting a good amount of offense off of Steph, using him as a decoy, kind of. And Steph has been unselfish. Jordan Poole in the game as well. He's made plays for others. So see if they can continue to do that. Andrew Wiggins is still in the game. You got your cross screens that have worked well for him, trying to expose people. But you got to do it on defense, too. Continue to get some stops. See if you can get a little more separation, feel a little better about this.
Well, that's the thing at 6. Is you're a little nervous that if you went cold for a minute or two,
that's what I'm saying,
that the Heat could steal this game.
And they still got three-point shooters in the game and plenty of playmakers.
So Lowry, the second free throw, makes it a 5-point game.
Man, if you could get Lowry his 6th foul and get him out of the game, I think they would feel much better about it, too.
Neither team has missed a free throw. That's how critical they've been both ways. That's a good sign for the Dubs, who've scuffled at the line in recent weeks. Draymond's got Kyle Guy on him. He'll take him to task. And he called for the offensive foul as Guy went down.
He realized he had Kyle Guy on him after he was looking for someone to pass it to and sprung into action.
Now Steve Kerr wants this reviewed.
Because he's trying to say that he was moving to his left. We'll take a look at it.
So the green lantern is lit. This is Steve Kerr's one challenge.
The ruling on the floor of offensive foul on Green is being challenged by Golden State.
Well, you see Kyle Guy trying to move his feet. Was he set there? You'd love to see the angle from the back or from the top like we saw before. Draymond definitely initiates the contact. I would always say with these, just err on the side of it being a block. Now, you need something clear and conclusive to overturn it from the charge that was called.
That's you just hit the standard there. Clear and conclusive to overturn the call.
Yeah, that might not be clear and conclusive enough to overturn it.
Tell you what, Kyle Guy, though, 14 points in 23 minutes off the bench.
Well, with him and Kyle Lowry on the floor together, that as Kyle Guy has gotten more confident and playing really well. Well, he's always been pretty confident. I shouldn't say more confident. And they're able to take Kyle Lowry off the ball a little more and let him kind of control things.
Now, the one thing that they're showing a lot is that Kyle Guy leaned in with the left shoulder first. It's very subtle, but I don't know if it's enough to overturn it. Zach Zarba is going to tell us in just a second here, but he wants to look at it again.
He faked this out. He looked like he was walking over there to deliver it.
The one angle we finally saw one.
Okay, come on, let's go, De Niro.
Yeah. After review, the defender has been determined to establish a legal guarding position. There's nothing clear and conclusive to overturn the call on the floor. Therefore, the offensive foul stands. Golden State loses the timeout.
Like we thought.
And you said it perfectly, partner. Clear and conclusive, and I agree with that. There wasn't enough to overturn that.
But I still like what Draymond did there, just trying to take advantage of his size.
So you got 5 minutes to execute here. You're protecting a 5-point lead. You just saw Steve, the left shoulder. Kyle Guy kind of leaned in first with the left shoulder, but it was very subtle and not enough to overturn that.
Clutch minutes coming up. Can you execute?
And when do you bring Steph back in? From Yurtseven. Hero trying to turn the corner. Draymond sends him away. Kyle Guy pass low, and that kind of disrupted the shooting. In the pocket, he might make that. Bending down to his ankles to grab it. Not right.
And it gave the defender time to close out, too.
So he executed on one end with a stop. Draymond setting up Wiggins. Good look at a three. Rimming out. Rebound Payton and Green. And Wiggins, Air Canada.
Hey, P.J. Tucker had a chance to challenge it. He decided against it. Good decision.
It's a little shout out from my buddy Vince Carter. As Tucker, don't leave him in the corners. Everybody knows that as P.J. Tucker hits the three and the Warrior lead is 4. Wiggins on the post up. Gonna back down on Hero. And then Hero, quick hands, good D. And then able to save.
They stripped him a couple times tonight like that. Kyle Lowry had one earlier.
It was a 5-point lead at the 5-minute mark. It's a 4-point lead at the 4-minute mark. Wiggins saved the day.
That's the thing. Wiggins, any frustration offensively never leaks over to defense with him. He's still giving effort, right place at the right time.
Steph is at the scorer's table for the next stoppage. Wiggins to GP2. If you can't find Gary Payton, where will he be?
Around the basket. Anytime his defender turns his head, he's cutting. But then again, the vision from Andrew Wiggins, playmaking.
Tyler Hero on the baseline. And he had nowhere to go. It was deflected. And still Heat ball. Warriors thought he might have just thrown it out of bounds.
They're saying it was deflected. But this is the last drive. Andrew Wiggins got his head up. See Lowry, how he's just focused on the drive and didn't see Gary Payton behind him. It's perfect.
38 assists. Season high was 39 against Utah. Lowry with the mid-range. Yurtseven with a rebound. Cutting Martin, had it knocked away. Steps back in. Outlet pass to Poole. He's got to beat Lowry, and he does.
Lowry's had a rough time stopping those fast breaks tonight.
Give him credit, he's always back on defense at least.
That's true.
It could be unfun with guys coming at you like that.
Well, there's no way he's going to stop that 2-on-1.
Hero and Draymond got a piece of that one. And Steph tried to save under his own basket. Yurtseven read it. Hero again. And GP2 the rebound. So the 8-point lead with 2.5 left. Gary Payton the last 5 games is averaging 14 a game. Steph Curry, his teammates are saving the day for him. Steph has proven to be a little human tonight.
Yeah,
the team is so deep.
He doesn't have the same juice, but there's nights like that. Well, this is Draymond getting the strip. How about that? How many people have gotten stripped tonight? You better hide that ball if you can. And it led to this. Steph look ahead. Steph is making plays.
Well, that's the thing. Steph has 10 assists. Let's also acknowledge everything else he's doing on the floor. And the Warriors are just coming up with stop after stop. Wiggins thought about that three, but stepped out of bounds to begin the drive.
Well, he had the right idea. It's just that footwork, that false step. You want to make sure that first one is going forward instead of back. He just got too excited once he saw he had an opening.
The other thing, too, you said it nicely in the Utah game. It's just Steph's existence.
Exactly.
His screens, his gravity. Draymond! What a block on Yurtseven!
He stared him down, too. He's still flexing. He's going to run all the way down the floor flexing.
4 blocks for Draymond Green to go with his 13 assists. Jordan Poole! Exclamation mark!
And now he's flexing on Yurtseven. You get your stuff beat up on one side, and then you get put in the basket on the other side. Here's the block, an emphatic block, and then a flex on him, staring him down. I don't blame him. And then you got to see the flush. A little in and out. He's by Kyle Lowry easily. Yurtseven got the worst of that. Look at the bench. They're holding themselves back. They can't handle it. Jordan Poole, it just gets flex on. You got to flex on him.
31 for Jordan Poole. And make it 32 in 24 minutes off the bench.
Low-key, Jordan Poole has some bounce, man, especially off that 1 foot. Think of him as like a smooth finesse type of player, but every now and then, if you sleep on him, he'll power it home.
4-point game at the 4-minute mark, and look how the Warriors have closed with a flourish here. Steph thought he had knocked that away, but Hero maintains. Shot clock at 3. Lowry down the lane. Payton picks his pocket. Oh, man!
And now he's flexing.
The Warriors are playing some D.
That flex is contagious, man, I'm telling you. Talk about closing a team out.
Draymond floating it up and out. Tucker stayed with him. That was good D.
Fake handoff didn't work.
Caleb Martin, that's a long 2 at the right foot on the line. I give Miami a lot of credit for the effort that they put forth, and losing Jimmy Butler didn't help.
That's rough.
But they brought out the best in the Dubs.
They did.
Season high 39 assists in Utah. Match it with 39 assists tonight. You're going to see Luka Doncic and the Mavs. A 2-game road trip, and then Cleveland on Sunday. I would say if you're interested in a Warrior game, Sunday would be a good one to take a look at.
Yes.
And Bonte and the guys, what do they got coming up on Warriors Postgame Live?
Here via WebEx by Cisco. Coming up on Warriors Postgame Live, we'll show you the video of Klay Thompson potentially dropping a hint on when he's going to come back. We'll let you be the judge. Now back to Fitz and Buki.
Now I'm just going to say, if you were running off the court and you had 5 fingers up and 1 finger up, that would be 6. And if you counted 6 days from today, what day would that give you?
Why'd you set it up like that?
I'm just,
the 9th?
No, I'm just, I don't know if people are into numerology and things like that, but
he said he wants to do it at home. He said he wants to have his, which is right, rightfully so, in front of these fans.
Steph lost the handle. Wiggins controls. Warriors are going to get win number 29.
Again, just the way they've won this game, it shows you the depth that they have. Andrew Wiggins playing well. Jordan Poole off the bench with 32, like you've already said.
Warrior pregame live will come with you 3:30 on Wednesday. Final 19 ticks. The Dubs are going to move to 17-3 in Chase Center this year. A good one at Chase on a Monday night with the Warrior lead at 8. Warriors go on the road for 2. And then Sunday at 5:30, Cleveland in town. Everybody gets a free splash towel, courtesy of State Farm at 888-GSW-HOOP or Warriors.com. You can be here Sunday. And that is 6 days?
6 days from now. I would not miss it. I've been super impressed with Evan Mobley.
Yes.
The rookie for Cleveland.
Well, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and just the competitiveness of the Cavs, the wins they have had. The Rubio injury definitely hurts them. But I mean, you've got Darius Garland. I mean, this is just a young, exciting team in the Cavs that I pull for those teams to lift themselves up, because 6, 7, 8 years ago, that was the Warriors.
Right. Yeah, they got a lot of super dangerous players. They're always going to play hard, so the Warriors have their work cut out for them. But Warriors will, I'm sure, be super excited to play that day.
Tyler Hero missing that long and strong, with Kyle Lowry will pick up a foul. And you're wondering, okay, why would Eric Spoelstra take a timeout in an 8-point game with 19 seconds left? Because this is how you end up executing in pressure situations, as you get live reps with this.
That's true.
We do want to congratulate Quindary Witherspoon for signing a two-way contract.
He earned it. I think it was that Christmas game.
It was.
Came in and played really well. Moves well without the ball. Can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, had been with San Antonio a year ago. Had been with the Warriors G League team.
So he was supposed to be kind of a 3-and-D guy coming in. didn't really shoot the ball as well as he wanted to in the G League, but he showed that he can shoot it, and he's got really good form. He's
he guarded on Christmas Day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Defensively, he is really, really solid.
So the Heat, I mean, they're just playing this out as if it was a 4-point game in terms of give a foul, make the Warriors shoot free throws.
But Weatherspoon's got really good feel for the game, and he understands. Like, that's the thing in the G League. You need to understand how to be a role player, how to play off of guys, how to make the right pass, when to move it, when to attack. And he kind of understands all those things, how to drive it off of ball movement, move without the ball, the cutting. The defense is really going to turn heads if you're him.
Also, too, you work to be ready for an opportunity. Look at what Kyle Guy has done. You know, is that right now the league is at 550 players play this year.
Well, that's the thing.
Because all the health and safety issues.
Yeah, that's the thing about Kyle Guy. His attitude. He played Summer League again this summer, and he was just saying, you know what, I got to steal again.
Poole missed both free throws, and TP2 is like, I'll just come up with another steal. Let the Warriors run the clock out. 29-7, 17-3 at home. The Heat gave the Dubs all they would want, but it's another win against a top 8 team. And there's 2 coaches that'll be coaching Team USA in Paris, France. Eric Spoelstra always does an amazing job, but Steve Kerr will be taking his team on the road for Dallas on Wednesday. 115-108 the final. The Warriors 39 assists, 14 made threes. They hold off the Heat by 7. Warrior postgame live is coming up right now.